This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Saturday. I'm Galen Etland. The time now is 6 o'clock, and this morning on Sunrise, managing the surge of COVID patients is not getting any easier. In fact, hospital leaders, it'll get worse with a big deadline fast approaching. We'll break that down. Plus, we meet some Portland volunteers now helping California wildfire victims. But first, our Joe Ranieri has a first look at our forecast.
Well, the big weather story for this holiday weekend is going to be the smoke and haze. Not necessarily here in the metro area, but definitely east side of the state, and especially throughout the Oregon Cascades. The air quality will be taking a little bit of a hit as well. Again, where you see the green, that's the good category, but you travel east a little bit and south of the city is when the air quality kind of takes a little bit of a hit, especially down near the Salem area. You're going to be under an air quality alert through Saturday night. And here's a look at that alert. And it encompasses the central and parts of the southern Willamette Valley and into the east side of the state until 5 o'clock this afternoon and into the early part of the evening. As we look at the smoke forecast, it's going to start to thin out heading into the later part of this morning and especially into the afternoon. But you travel into Bend and Redmond, it gets pretty thick over the next couple of days and especially into tomorrow. So be aware of that. Temperature wise, though, is going to be relatively nice heading into the later part of this afternoon. By lunchtime, we'll be in the temperatures right around the mid to the upper 70s. Daytime highs close to the mid to the upper 80s. It'll be a little bit cooler for Sunday, and I'm also tracking a chance to see some showers. I'll talk more about that in your detailed forecast.
All right, Joe, thank you. We begin with the return of a Friday night tradition. High school football is back, complete with fans in the stands even, and the games come with some safety measures too. Our Catherine Cook shows how it went last night at my alma mater, Franklin High School.
Last year, fans here weren't allowed into games, so this is a big deal. The masks didn't keep them from cheering, and they certainly didn't keep athletes from hearing them. At Franklin High School, they brought spirit and masks. After a year away from the action, Friday night football felt really good.
The night's beautiful. It's nice to see everybody out celebrating and doing normal things.
In Oregon, the governor's outdoor mask mandate applies to football games. So fans who can't keep 6 feet apart are required to mask up. Most students are so used to wearing masks, they couldn't have cared less about having to wear them out here.
Everyone's trying to respect each other, and it's nice that everyone has the same mindset. They're trying to keep as safe as possible, not trying to spread it.
Thank you.
For those who forgot their masks, the concession stand had several on hand.
We were like, hey, we've got masks if you need them, and they took them. So it was pretty cool.
The outdoor mask mandate does not apply to athletes while they're playing or practicing, be it indoors or out. But athletes who want to wear them can. For example, the Franklin cheerleaders chose to mask up tonight. While Franklin racked up touchdowns, not every school got the chance to score this Friday. Reynolds canceled its game against Sandy on the advice of public health officials. The school learned someone who tested positive for COVID might have exposed a person connected to the game. After so many months away, many here hope this is just the start of getting back to all of what they've missed.
I want my kids to go to homecoming. I don't want them to be sent home and quarantined. I want it to be as normal as possible.
In Southeast Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
And Sky 8 was over Franklin High School for the season premiere of Friday Night Flights. Orlando Sanchez and our team of photographers are coming up in our 7 o'clock half hour with all of those highlights. Well, sticking with COVID here, as healthcare workers manage the overwhelming surge in patients, another challenge could lie ahead. More staff may leave as the state's vaccine mandate deadline approaches. We spoke with Salem Health Hospitals and Clinics CEO Cheryl Wolf. She called the situation in her hospital dire. She says they had 93 COVID positive patients on Thursday and more than 100 yesterday.
This is an ugly disease, and the reality is that we're losing this battle. We're losing many, many more people than we've ever lost before in this pandemic.
Now, all the death and disease really takes a mental toll, as you can imagine, on healthcare workers. Wolf hopes recently hired nurses can help, along with support from the National Guard. She says anyone eligible to get vaccinated should do it. She also emphasized masking really does make a difference, reducing the spread of the virus. Now, the battle over Oregon's vaccine mandate is also headed to court. Dozens of firefighters and Oregon state troopers are suing the state and Governor Kate Brown. Now, they are required to get the COVID vaccine by October 18th or lose their jobs. And they say that's illegal because it violates state and federal rights to free expression. The lawsuit was filed yesterday in Jefferson County Court, and it comes 2 days after another state trooper was placed on leave for this video he recorded in his patrol car. This is part of what Trooper Zachary Cowing said on Instagram.
I will not sit back and sheepishly watch as those who serve the people of this state are given unlawful orders which threaten their livelihoods. I'm a Christian, a husband, a father, and a police officer. I have personal and religious reasons as to why I will not take the vaccine, but also the freedom to choose not to.
Now, Governor Kate Brown has defended mandates several times. Her office sent us a statement reading, quote, hospitalizations have increased nearly 1,000% since July 9th. The vast majority of Oregonians hospitalized for COVID-19 are unvaccinated. That statement went on to say people are dying. The governor is responding to a public health crisis. Meanwhile, Providence Health in Portland has a mobile morgue truck for COVID patients who don't make it. The chief nursing officer said patients with the Delta variant are much sicker and treatments are less effective. As more patients die, hospital morgues are simply running out of room, and funeral homes are struggling to keep up. Providence stressed the mobile units will be just as dignified a temporary resting place as possible.
We'll have our spiritual care department out to bless the space once it's prepared for patients, and we will honor that as a sacred space throughout our need to utilize them.
Just let that sink in. Now, a similar truck will also be set up next week at Providence St. Vincent. We're seeing similar issues in Clark County. Hospitalization rates are higher than ever there. Clark County averages around 225 cases a day, 10 times more than 2 months ago. These case increases are in all age groups, with the highest increases in young people. Health officials say the Delta variant accounts for 98% of new cases, and the vaccine is still very effective against Delta. All right, turning to wildfires here. More than 4,000 crews are fighting the Caldor fire, one of the many burning in California this morning. And now Red Cross volunteers from Oregon are there to help the victims. We spoke with Dale Kuntz, CEO of the Red Cross Cascade region. He says out of the 300 people helping, at least 30 are from the Portland area, who all empathize with the victims there.
Oregonians know what that was like. We all experienced that last year. We had friends, if we weren't the ones being evacuated. But the spirits are high. Folks are doing really well. They've got a really nice meal to eat. They've got a safe place to sleep. They have clean air, and people are taking care of them.
At last check, the fire is only about a quarter of the way contained. Right now, it's nearing the California-Nevada state line and may take up to 2 weeks to be fully contained. And next week is the anniversary of major wildfires that burned in our area. Mount Hood National Forest officials are giving an update on the fire recovery work they've completed so far. The fires last year burned more than 112,000 acres of forest. They damaged or destroyed recreation sites, roads, offices, storage buildings, and other infrastructure too. Over the past 12 months, though, here's some of the repair work completed. Hazardous trees have been removed. Road and recreation site warning signs were installed. A new remote weather station was installed to monitor storms, fires, slides, and other emergencies. And they ordered seedlings for restoration. 18 miles of trails were also cleared of downed trees. Well, major food shortages are affecting local restaurants. Maybe they've impacted you so far. Still to come, we're going to talk about the issue impacting restaurants from Burgerville all the way to Vietnamese food.